surprised to see another main series game so early on? Well, it's not a huge surprise, considering we're talking about Squeak Squad here. This seems to be the Kirby game I hear the most indifference on, aside from the story. Which, in all fairness, is one of the stories people talk about the most. It's by far the silliest, and I appreciate it a whole ton. I use this snapshot where the text says, "Gotta get that cake back," more than I'd like to admit. But the actual game itself. It's the third and final Arika game, and, well, it definitely plays like the last two. There are nuances, of course, but if you played, say, Nightmare in Dreamland, you get the Squeak Squad experience. I don't hold this against Squeak Squad too much, at least on its own, but combined with a few other factors, it all adds up to be not quite as memorable. I think the game has great music, and despite what some people say, I like the use of the bottom screen in this game. It's kind of like Milky Way Wishes, but instead of permanently keeping abilities, you can find and store abilities for later use, or mix them to get another. It's cool, and I'd like to see something like this again. Preferably more like Milky Way Wishes, but I'd still take something like this. My big issue with Squeak Squad is just how it came and went. I have played Squeak Squad for years now. It was actually the first Kirby game I purchased for myself the day it came out, and I still can't tell you all that much about most of these levels. The only thing that sticks out about them are the squeak chases at the end. And don't get me wrong, I actually really love these, but the majority of the levels, they just don't leave much of an impression. Squeak Squad takes a great cave offensive approach and has treasure hidden in each level, but unlike Great Cave, the treasures very rarely feel well hidden. Because the world of Great Cave is connected, finding the treasure legitimately feels like you're exploring this huge cave. In Squeak Squad, it feels very standard. Find a door, solve a basic puzzle, get the chest. A lot of Kirby puzzles are made this way, but they stand out more to me because they feel more engaging, better integrated into the world of Kirby. But, in Squeak Squad's favor, I do love the Squeak Squad chases. Regardless of whether or not they're easy or hard, they do engage me and they do get me excited. They feel unique, and I enjoy that it's something exclusive to Squeak Squad. It helps give the game a sense of identity, something it sorely lacks otherwise. The bosses in general are pretty solid too, even if the final boss is one of the biggest jokes in the entire series. Listen, I like Squeak Squad a fair amount, but it falls short in one of the most important areas for me. I can't remember much about the levels without going back to look at them. It just failed to leave any kind of an impression, so I just don't think about it very much. It has great music, more of the great sprite work that we saw in the GBA games, a really fun story, and some legitimately cool ideas, but none of that matters when the game is so forgettable. A good time, and I definitely like it, but there are better Kirby games out there, for sure.